Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into the plot of a thrilling sci-fi horror film. It tells the story of a group of scientists conducting a deep underground research mission. Without realizing it, they uncover a mysterious disease caused by an ancient fungus. This infection threatens the survival of mankind. In a race against time, the scientists try to stop the outbreak from reaching the surface. Will they be able to stop it? Let's get into the recap of the Superdeep, released in 2020. The movie begins in 1984 when an epidemiologist named Anna Fedorova had just lost her colleague named Dr. Maxim while they were testing a vaccine that they wanted to use to cure soldiers affected by a mysterious plague. Mysterious even though Dr. Maxim himself was determined to use his body to test the vaccine. Anna still felt guilty because she was the one who made the vaccine, and she also did not expect that the vaccine would fail, so she continued to blame herself and even planned to stop her vaccine research. Unfortunately, an army leader named Colonel Yuri Morozov did not allow the child to stop because the soldiers who were infected by the plague in Africa were very dependent on Anna's expertise, and in the end Anna was forced to continue the project, making the vaccine. Short story: a few months later, Anna was seen celebrating the new year with her family and friends, who also congratulated Anna because she successfully completed her vaccine project, which has saved many lives from the plague attack in Africa. Then, when Anna and others were enjoying dinner together, without realizing it, suddenly one of Anna's friends said that there was someone who wanted to talk to Anna over the phone, and when Anna picked it up, it turned out that the person was Colonel Yuri, who wanted to ask Anna for help again. Colonel Yuri said that there was an incident about the mysterious disappearance of 25 scientists at a research station called Superdeep, which is a secret mission in the form of the deepest drilling in the world, reaching up to 12. Colonel Yuri said that there was an incident about the mysterious disappearance of 25 scientists at a research station called Superdeep, which is a secret mission in the form of the deepest drilling in the world that reaches up to 12. Turns out that the head of research named Dr. Grigorov is secretly hiding data about a mysterious disease that is more deadly than the plague in Africa, which could endanger more lives, so Colonel Yuri needs Anna's expertise to handle this case. Not only that, Colonel Yuri will also give Anna the highest award if she successfully completes her mission, and Colonel Yuri will also appoint Anna as one of the people in charge of the Institute of Biological Defense owned by the military, which makes Anna very happy. Institute of Biological Defense, which made Anna very happy and immediately agreed to the mission. By using a helicopter, Anna and a Letkal named Terabukin, as well as several other soldiers led by Major Sergei and his colleague named Igorov, rushed to the location of the Superdeep station located on the Asuja Plain, which was quite far from residential areas. Then when they arrived at their destination, suddenly they heard gunfire from the guards, who tried to stop one of the scientists who wanted to escape from there, but even though the scientist had been shot many times, for some reason he could still bounce back like a zombie, and in the end the scientist also exploded a grenade right in front of the helicopter that Anna was riding on. It seems that the incident left Anna and several soldiers injured due to glass shards, but Anna was curious about the scientist's body that could survive the bullets, so she immediately took samples from the scientist's body to find out about what really happened there. Colonel Yuri then said that before the scientist escaped, he had acted very strangely and began to attack the soldiers until he managed to grab a grenade, but they did not know what exactly made the scientist suddenly brutalize without any help. Because she realized that there was something strange, Anna also tried to take samples from some miners who were about to be evacuated from that place, and there the miners said that what was down there was not just an ordinary disease but something much more terrible, even so afraid that the miners told Anna to leave immediately from there after Anna finished taking the samples. Thereafter Anna finished taking Peter, the person in charge of the Superdeep station, then invited Anna and the others to immediately enter the station underground, and on the way they also had time to chat with Dr. Grigorov, the person who previously led the Superdeep research. Anna also tried to ask Grigorov why he deliberately locked up the miners and hid the data about the mysterious disease that infected the scientists working down there, but for some reason Grigorov did not answer the question at all. Even he also knew that Anna and the others' arrival was not to look for missing people, but they wanted to research about the mysterious disease for their own interests. Then when they arrived in the elevator, Grigorov had entered the wrong code twice because Serge pointed a gun at him, and there Grigorov asked Serge to immediately put his gun away again, because if he got it wrong 3 times then the elevator they were traveling in would be destroyed. 3 times, then the elevator they were riding in would immediately fall. In the end, Grigorov succeeded, entered the correct code so that they could now use the elevator to go to Superdeep station, and after everyone finished fastening their seatbelts, Peter began to turn on the system in the elevator. At first their journey went smoothly, but when they went deeper, for some reason Grigorov suddenly deliberately accelerated the elevator, which made the pressure in the elevator increase, which made the pressure inside the elevator even stronger until everyone fainted except Grigorov, who was already wearing a mask. Long story short, when everyone woke up from their stupor, they realized that Grigorov had left there while carrying the key used to start the elevator, and without that key they could not possibly get back up there, which meant that they would be trapped in the Superdeep station forever. Peter said they are now still in the first facility, which is the resort facility, which is at a depth of 5,000 m, which is usually used by employees to rest, and it is possible that Grigorov has now used the second elevator to go to the next facility, which is the Sahara Laboratory, which is at a depth of 12,000 m, which is the main research facility inside the Superdeep station. Without lingering, Sergei immediately ordered Igorov and his men to look for Grigorov's whereabouts, but they accidentally found two other people, namely Dr. Kira and a technician named Nikolai, who were waiting to be evacuated because they were the last employees left there. Anna then said that she wanted to take blood samples from Kira and Nikolai's bodies first because there was a possibility that they had both been infected by the mysterious disease hidden by Grigorov earlier, but after Anna checked the samples it turned out that they were both healthy and showed no symptoms of illness at all. When Anna finished reporting it to Yuri without realizing it, Grigorov suddenly appeared while telling Anna to get out of there immediately because what they were doing now could endanger human civilization. But unfortunately Anna instead called the soldiers to make Grigorov forced to escape by using the elevator. It seems that the shots from the soldiers had hit Grigorov, so Yuri told the soldiers to immediately pursue him by entering through the tunnel that had been sealed by Grigorov, and when Nikolai was breaking the seal, Anna had seen some Latin writing that said that there was something very evil that could not come out of the tunnel. Before entering the tunnel, the soldiers were told to wear special clothes specially designed to withstand heat up to 300 degrees Celsius because the temperature in the Sahara Laboratory is very hot. But when the soldiers were ready, for some reason suddenly the door in front of the tunnel began to open by itself. Shortly thereafter a woman named Olga suddenly emerged from the tunnel in a very exhausted condition, which indicated that she had just walked from the Sahara Laboratory, which was about 10 km from the resort facility, and in the end Olga was put into a quarantine room for further examination. During the examination process, Anna tried to ask about what really happened down there and how could Olga pass through the tunnel with extreme temperatures without using special clothes, but for some reason Olga just looked like a dazed person, and she didn't even answer Anna's questions at all. And then when Anna tried to undress Olga, how surprised they were because Olga's body had now turned into a very terrible one due to being gnawed by ancient fungi growing all over her back, and at the same time, Olga also said that she felt something strange about her. Even so, Olga did not feel any pain at all when Anna tried to take a small sample of the ancient fungus that grew on Olga's back, and after Anna checked the sample she said that this fungus was a malignant parasitic fungus that might have existed thousands of years ago that could grow very quickly using nutrients from the host's body. As a scientist who often researches disease outbreaks, Anna said that she had never found a fungus as malignant as this that could grow in the human body, and because their mission is now complete, Yuri also invited everyone to immediately return to the mainland so that they could immediately bring samples of this fungus to military facilities for further research. Yuri then told Nikolai, who is a technician, to reset the program in the second elevator so that they could use it to go down to the Sahara Laboratory and get the key from Grigorov while they were waiting. While they were waiting, Sergei had told Igorov and several other soldiers who were entering the tunnel to immediately return, but for some reason suddenly there was a shout from the soldiers, and even Igorov himself told Sergei to immediately close the seal that they had previously opened. Shortly thereafter a voice from Grigorov, who said that he would not let Anna and the others get out of there because the ancient mushroom sample they wanted to study could cause a deadly plague that would destroy human civilization, so that in the end Grigory also detonated a bomb that he had planted earlier so that Anna and the others were trapped in the facility forever. Long story short, when the explosion occurred, Anna, who felt guilty because she had underestimated the warning from Grigorov, had a hallucination about Dr. Maxim, who blamed her, but fortunately Nicole came and realized Anna from the hallucination at the same time. At the same time Kira realized that Olga was starting to act very strange, like something was happening to her. And when the explosion occurred, Olga also managed to break the glass in the quarantine room. It seems that the explosion caused by Grigorov made them only survive for a few hours before the entire facility was destroyed by the ground, and because Serge could not contact his men, Yuri told everyone to get ready immediately because they had no choice but to return upstairs through the tunnel. that had been sealed by Grigory. Anna then invited Serge to pick up Kira and Olga first, but when they entered the quarantine room, what was their surprise because the entire room was now filled with ancient fungi. Grigory. Anna then invited Serge to pick up Kira and Olga first, but when they entered the quarantine room, what was their surprise that the entire room was now filled with ancient mushrooms. There is also Olga's body, which is now in an unrecognizable shape even though she is still alive. Before leaving there, Anna had taken a few samples from Olga's body, but without them realizing it, suddenly the fungus on Olga's body began to spew black smoke, which immediately made Serge feel painful because the two of them were not wearing any protective equipment at all. Even so, Anna was able to survive the mysterious smoke because Anna managed to take a mask that was stored in the quarantine room, and when Anna tried to get out of there, she was attacked by Kira, who was now starting to mutate into a very terrible one due to being infected by an ancient fungus. Fortunately, the child managed to get out of the room in time, so he immediately told Nikolai, who was on guard outside the room, to spray disinfectant liquid all over his body, so that the infection from the ancient fungus did not spread anywhere. After the incident, Anna tried to check the condition of Sergei, who also managed to get out of the quarantine room, but because Serge was not wearing any protective equipment, he was now starting to show signs of being infected by the same ancient fungus that happened to Olga earlier. Then, when Anna told him about Kira, who mutated into a very terrible, Peter said there was a possibility that this fungus still had something in common with the cordyceps fungus, the zombie fungus in the movie The Last of Us, and it seems that this fungus is also able to spread infection through bursts of spore smoke, which indicates that they can still cure Sergei from infection if they handle it properly. Hearing that, Yuri agreed to immediately take Sergei to a military facility so that they could conduct further research on the ancient fungus, and it turns out that the reason Yuri wants to investigate this mysterious disease is because the military is now making a very deadly biological weapon so that they can create a weapon that can be used in the future. Biological weapons that are very deadly so that they can defeat the American state that succeeded in making an atomic bomb. A few moments later, after everyone had put on their special clothes, they suddenly heard Igorov's voice again saying that they were being chased by a terrible creature, so he told Serge not to open the door no matter what so that the creature would not attack them all. Even so, they have no other choice because soon the place will be destroyed by the ground, which forced Serge to send his 3 men to enter the tunnel first to find out if the tunnel was safe for them. Unfortunately, only a few minutes had passed when 2 of the soldiers returned saying that they were confronted by a large creature, and when they saw the 3rd soldier returning with a body that was no longer intact, they immediately sealed the door so that the creature could not get out of the tunnel. Shortly thereafter, there was a very loud bang which indicated that the mysterious creature was now breaking the seal, so Anna and the others rushed to the location of the 2nd elevator, where Nikolai finally managed to make the elevator open. The 2nd elevator, where Nikolai finally succeeded in making the elevator open without lingering. Anna and the others rushed into the elevator so they could immediately go to Sahara's laboratory, but when Serge realized that the creature had managed to break the seal, he and his 2 men decided to stay there so that they could buy time for Anna. Nikolai was forced to drop the elevator because they did not have the access key used to control the elevator, and after they reached a certain depth, Nikolai tried to stop the elevator by using the emergency brake, but unfortunately he failed because the elevator was too deep. At first they all thought that they were going to die, but fortunately Anna managed to turn on the 2nd emergency brake lever, which made the elevator start to stop slowly, and in the end they all managed to reach the Sahara laboratory safely. When they entered the laboratory, how surprised they were because the room temperature in the laboratory was very cold, to reach 15 degrees Celsius, even though it should have a fairly hot temperature, considering that they were now in the depths of the Earth that had temperature of more than 200 degrees Celsius. Not only that, Anna and her friends also found the bodies of scientists infected by the ancient fungal plague, which are now starting to merge into one, and it seems that it happened because the ancient fungi tried to survive the cold temperatures by combining the human bodies they used as their hosts. When Anna checked Grigorov's notes, it turned out that he deliberately froze the entire laboratory and the scientists in it because he wanted to stop the spread of the ancient fungal plague that had infected all the scientists there, so that the plague did not spread to the people outside. Grigorov said that this ancient fungus is not an ordinary fungus but a deadly fungus that can turn a person into a zombie, but different from a zombie. But unlike ordinary zombies that spread the virus through bites, the zombies infected by this ancient fungus actually spread the infection by spraying gas containing fungal spores, like what happened to Olga before, and it became very dangerous because it could infect many people at once. After learning the truth about the deadly ancient fungus, Yuri plans to pursue Grigorov and take the key so that Anna and the others can return to the mainland safely, no matter what. Yuri himself has to sacrifice himself because all the coolant in the PPE has been damaged by Grigorov, so that he only has 5 minutes before his body burns due to the extreme temperature outside the laboratory. When Yuri was about to leave, Yuri had time to say goodbye to Anna because so far she had helped him in many ways, and he also asked that if Anna survived, then Anna had to stop everyone who wanted to research ancient fungi because the existence of fungi was too dangerous for human civilization. While Yuri was gone, Anna tried to warn Nikolai and Peter if they managed to get out of there, then they should not talk about the ancient mushroom to anyone so that no one else would be interested in researching about the mushroom. Unfortunately, Peter refused because he felt that if they just let all this go, then what they had done so far was just a waste, especially since they had also sacrificed a lot of time and also lives just to be able to find the existence of this ancient mushroom. After 5 minutes passed, they realized that Yuri had not returned, which indicated that Yuri might have died, and because they no longer had special clothes, without lingering, Anna was determined to go out there without using any protective equipment at all in order to find Yuri's whereabouts. Although her body was almost burned, Anna finally found Yuri's lifeless existence, and when Anna saw that Yuri managed to get the key without lingering, Anna immediately returned while carrying the key until she was rescued by Nikolai, who was waiting for her at the door of the laboratory, knowing that Anna had managed to get the key without realizing it. Suddenly, Peter shot Nikolai in the leg. Peter suddenly shot Nikolai in the leg while asking the child to immediately give the key to him because Peter planned to make this entire research his own, and he also wanted to take advantage of it. Peter said he wanted to take Anna and Nikolai with him as long as they could both work together and comply with all Peter's requests, so that in the end they were both forced to agree in order to survive the Superdeep facility. Long story short, after they returned to the resort facility, for some reason they could not find the whereabouts of Serge and the others, which indicated that something had happened in the facility. Then when they were about to get into the elevator, suddenly Peter pointed his gun at Anna while saying that he no longer needed Anna. When Peter was about to shoot Anna, without them realizing, a large mutant zombie consisting of a combination of infected people came and immediately swallowed Peter, while Anna tried to escape to the cooling room so that the creature could not feel the heat in her body. Realizing that she could not continue to be there, Anna then tried a way by dousing her entire body using ice water so that her body temperature decreased. And slowly Anna tried to approach the mutant zombie while looking for the key that Peter was carrying previously. After Anna managed to get the key, she invited Nikolai to immediately go to the elevator, but who would have thought that the giant mutant zombie actually managed to break through the wall and find their whereabouts. Even though Anna's leg was badly injured by a splinter of the wall, she tried to lure the mutant zombie in the other direction so that Nikolai could set the system in the elevator so that it could bring them up to the surface, and after Nikolai finished, Anna rushed into the elevator right before the mutant zombie managed to catch up with her. When the elevator started to rise, how surprised they were, because it turned out that all this time Serge had been hiding in the elevator, but unfortunately the ancient fungal infection on his body was too severe, which indicated that soon Serge would start spreading spores like what happened to Olga before, forced Anna to say that they had to stop the elevator so that the ancient fungal plague did not spread to people. But unfortunately, Nikolai did not agree with that because he still wanted to live. Nikolai then attacked Anna and tried to grab the key. Then, when Sergei heard Anna's scream without realizing it, Sergei suddenly attacked Nikolai until he died. And there Serge also revealed that all this time he was attracted to Anna, while Anna herself said that she also liked Serge. Unfortunately, they could not let the elevator rise to the surface, so Serge told Anna to stop the elevator immediately. But when Anna was about to stop the elevator, she had fallen because it turned out that Anna had also been infected by an ancient fungal plague. With difficulty, Anna tried to enter the wrong password 3 times so that the elevator fell, and when finished entering the password, suddenly the security officers on the surface immediately pulled Anna out of the elevator right before the elevator fell. When the officers were about to take Anna away, Anna tried to pretend to faint so that she could take a grenade from one of the soldiers like the scientist did at the beginning of the previous film, and without lingering, Anna immediately detonated the grenade right in front of the scientists who had just come to continue the research, so that now no one else knew about the ancient mushroom, and then the movie was over. That's all for this video. Hopefully you are all entertained. Don't forget to support this channel by clicking the subscribe button, then turn on the bell so you don't miss the latest videos from this channel. See you on the next video.